So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being present with us today. Welcome to Wellness for Us. If you are looking for Wellness for Us and the Connecting with Youth Suicide Prevention convening, you found us. Thank you for joining us. As you can see, when you signed in, there is a sign-in sheet and a QR code. There's a QR code on the very first slide. There's a convening type, a check-in code, everything you'll need to know for sign-in. The sign-in will remain open for you, so it's not necessary that you do it at this moment. If you need support with that, there will be a Q&A after the session, as well as you can go ahead and drop that in the chat for any support signing in. We want to thank you for being present with us today. Again, the sign-in will be available to you whether you are viewing this via recording or live time with us today. We want to take a quick moment to introduce you to our Team Tulsa mental health team who is sponsoring this convening. And the drivers for that are our amazing counselor core facilitators. Part of the work that they're doing as in the grant that they are supporting through OSDE is bringing quality wellness supports to the district. And that would include Miss Kimberly Cardwell, Miss Rosemary G, Miss Kendria Green, Miss Esperanza Darling, Miss Yura Vang, Miss Kenitra Williams. Also on our team, we have Miss Heather Opp, who is our mental health specialist, and I am Christy Spears, the manager of mental health services. You will find in the top left of this slide in the blue link, a list of mental health support for Team Tulsa stakeholders overall. So whether you are looking for support for a student, a family member, staff member, etc., you'll find information that will take you to direct links for mental health support. One thing that we want to highlight as far as being present with us today is this is a great time for us to connect and learn. However, there are ongoing supports for you. One of those is our Bridges for Us sessions that we hold once a week, every Tuesday at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. You don't need any registration. You just simply link in and a mental health team member will be available to help provide linkage, advocacy, and referrals to mental health related supports in the community, as well as weekly consultation for partners. And just if you want to problem solve around resources that you may need for yourself, your family, or another stakeholder. Another support that we have for you on slide number 7 is the Suicide Prevention Suite. We want to name that September is Suicide Prevention Month, and we are so very grateful to have a number of partners who are helping us support this work. But there are a wealth of resources actually in this suite. There's a letter that you can just print and share with stakeholders. The link can also be copied to share as appropriate. The Wellness Library is another support that you have available. If you will just click this or click the link or access the QR code, there are a number of resources, everything from child abuse reporting, wellness supports, grief supports, everything that you can imagine is available to you. And again, all of these resources may be easily copied and shared with stakeholders. In addition to that, at district level support, the Student and Family Support Services team is host to a number of supports within the district, everything from integrated wellness, MTSS, student success. So as you will see on slide 9, there's just an overview. If you're looking for support in one of these areas, they're just named by category and the email addresses are listed there for you for easy access. So for today's lineup, we just want to again welcome you. We know how valuable your time is. We appreciate you spending a little bit of it with us today. Our content will actually be around connecting with youth and suicide prevention today. And then, of course, as always, we will close with our optimistic closure. Please remember to take breaks as you need today. We will have breakout sessions throughout. So if you will have as much flexibility as you need to meet your own needs. If you need a technology break, please take it. And at the end, we will have an optional Q&A session that will be held immediately following the regular convening time. Just a few agreements for virtual success. Please today give yourself and everyone present permission to laugh out loud, make mistakes, and express authentic feelings. We do all of those things often on our team, and we encourage you to do the same. Mute your speaker unless you're speaking or in a breakout room. Please share your name, your stakeholder role, and affiliation when speaking. We'd love to see your face. If you're comfortable with that, please activate your video. If you're calling in via phone today, please enter *6 to mute and unmute. You will receive a couple of invitations throughout this session today to join a breakout room. All you need to do is click the icon in the middle of the screen, and that will take you to your breakout room. During the breakout time, you will receive a 60-second message in the window that'll let you know that you will be pulled back into the general session. Our session time today is limited, so our presentation portion will be in a webinar format. So please remain muted unless you're in a breakout session or participating in the post Q&A session. If you have any technical difficulties, please call your agency's IT Solution Center, or if you are with TPS, you can call our Solution Center and you can reach them via the phone number that's on slide number 12, which is 918-746-6800. And please remember to mute your audio. Please log into Zoom on one device only. And if you'd like to navigate the slide deck that you received as we're going through this session, just please minimize the Zoom window and you will have access and open link to all of those resources. So we want to call out that we do have SEL supports for all of our Team Tulsa stakeholders. You will find 2 links on this page, which include SEL Practices Playbook, a Castle Best Practice SEL Resource Playbook. And as you can see, this is something we do in absolutely every convening that we have and with our students. Another thing that you will see as we move forward today and also throughout the year is you will see in Team Tulsa sites, mood meters. You'll see those in the hallway, emotional intelligence charters, meta moments, and blueprints. These are the 4 anchor tools that we will use throughout the year. And so you'll see those at your sites. You'll hear stakeholders talking about those. And again, if you're interested in any of those resources, you can find those in the links on the previous slide. If you would just take one quick moment and plot your spot on the mood meter. Now just take a moment to honor that place that you are. We hope that if it is not in a place where you would like to be, that we can bring you some supports, some goodness, and some wellness today that'll help you move in the direction that you're choosing. As always, we want to continue with our 3 signature practices and how we implement those in our convenings. So today I want to hand it over to Ms. Esperanza Darling, one of our fantastic Counselor Corps facilitators, who will be leading us through our welcoming ritual for today. Esperanza.
Thank you, Christy. Hello, everybody. And today, as you can see, we want to welcome you and we want to talk about our new season of hope. School is just beginning and we are starting a whole new time with our kids, our students coming in. But today I want to encourage you. Positive thinking positively affects your physical condition. It lessens strength, your stress. It strengthens your immune system. When you're positive, it produces happiness. It even gives us a better outlook on life. You know, different factors and situations that happen during the day can affect our mood in one way or another. Still, we can maintain a positive attitude even in difficult moments because it's our choice. So today, thinking positive thoughts, I want to encourage you to go into our chat room. And there's a couple questions we have for you today. What was the best memory that you can think of that you had this past summer? Maybe a fun vacation or just maybe resting time where you were able to really just kind of regroup and rethink. And also, what is an optimistic goal that you have coming into this new school year? We want you to go into our chat room and just share that with us. And we want you to just take a moment, maybe even if you have to close your eyes and just think about a positive, happy moment and just encourage yourself today. So we want to welcome you. We're going to have an amazing day today and really looking forward to learning some really good skills. So go ahead, Christy.
So welcome back, everyone. Thank you for participating. I can tell there was lots of laughter in these groups, and we're so very grateful that you participated with us. We hope you got to discuss your new season of hope and reflect upon something positive from the summer. So Esperanza, thank you so much for leading that. Did you have anything in closing? No? Okay. So if you'd like to drop some of those positive memories in the chat, go ahead and do that at this time. If you had a positive memory from the summer or something that you're looking forward to for the fall. We want to say thank you to all of our partners that come alongside with us to support wellness in the district. One of those being MHAOK. Dr. Cheryl Delk is actually with us today, and she is going to talk to us about some supports that they have specifically for youth and how they, and not only youth, it's a whole range of supports that they offer as far as linkage, advocacy, and referrals to other agencies and ongoing support for mental health. We're so very grateful for our partnership. Dr. Delk comes to us with just tremendous experience. As you can see, the list of things she has not done is so much shorter than the things that she has. And we're so very grateful that she is partnering with us and support for students, families, and all stakeholders. Dr. Delk, thank you for being with us today. Go ahead when you are ready for the next slides. Just please let me know.
Okay. I am excited to be here. I just cherish the relationship I have with Tulsa Public Schools and the Counselor Corps and Christy. They just welcomed me with open arms, and we just really have something really good going. I've got to spend some time with Debbie Patillo at Booker T and Elisa at Zero International Elementary. And so those are some of my favorites that I get to see once a year, it seems like. And so I'm going to take you on a tour of what we offer. Now, Cynthia, I don't think is here today, but Cynthia is over our Children's Behavioral Health at Mental Health Association, and she does Family Voice. And then also is over the Empowered Voices, which is for youth 16 to 24. And what it does is it gives those youth with lived experiences the opportunity to participate in getting the word out there. And so what I do, I'm the coordinator for the Youth Mental Health Program. And I just went ahead of the slides, didn't I, Christy? You knew that was going to happen. And so the Youth Mental Health Program, one of the things that we've added over the last couple of years is mental wellness presentations. And that is for kids in 2nd grade through 12th grade, and they are developmentally appropriate for the age group. And when we start out with the elementary, it's more of labeling and understanding their emotions and what their bodies might feel if they're angry. And we talk about some ways that you can acknowledge that you're feeling something through your body, like closing your fist. You might sweat. We have the kids talk about when they get really angry, what does that look like? And then there's been a variety of answers, from going in my room and punching my pillow to, throwing a chair across the room. And then what we do is we talk about what are some other things that you could do differently. And we use the word differently instead of better, because it's not about being better. It's about being more positive and different. And so then when we get to the junior high age level, we talk about, being able to recognize when maybe emotionally you're just not where you feel like you should be. And then the steps that you can take in finding that trusted adult. We also talk about trusted adults with the elementary students. In suicide prevention education right now, the big thing is really, really, really making sure that kids have a trusted adult. And the reason being is if a kid has one trusted adult in their life that they can confide in, that's going to keep them safe, they are less likely to take that past that threshold of maybe contemplating suicide or having a plan, having the means. And so trusted adult is really, really important. And then we have a program, a presentation that's 8th through 12th grade. It's produced by the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It's called It's Real. And I was able to present that last year at a few high schools. And the kids really, really identified with that because Billie Eilish, who is a very famous young singer. I only know that because one of my granddaughters sings she's the best singer in the world. And so that benefited me in knowing who she was. But she tells a little bit about her own journey. And so just knowing that there's somebody out there on a really big stage who might struggle a little bit might help those adolescents who are soon to be young adults realize that they need to go and talk to someone, because she really encourages them to do that. And so then the next thing that we offer for our youth is we have what we call a mental wellness screening, and everything that we do is free. There's no time limit. You can use us as long and as much as you want to. And what this mental wellness screening does is it's simply a check-in. How students, and they don't even have to be in school, but students and young adults 11 to 24, how they're currently thinking, feeling, and behaving. It's just like if you play football at school and you have to go get a physical. This is a mental wellness physical. It's computer generated. Stanford owns the computer generated screening. It's called Youth Check. And what it does is it just goes through a variety of questions on how they're currently thinking, feeling, and behaving. And then when they're finished with that, our licensed clinician who administers the Youth Check screening, she sends them, even though they're in person, if a school's participating in a screening event, she sends them through Zoom a student satisfaction survey. And then she just glances to see how they scored in concerns and impairment. And if there are some concerns, and if there is an indicator that it affects their daily walk, then what she does is she talks to them a little bit about, where are you right now? Because we want to make sure that they're not in a current crisis. If we're in the building at school and a student is in a current crisis, then our youth mental health specialist walks them to, let's say we're in Booker T. She's going to walk that student down to Debbie Patillo, and then Debbie's going to follow school protocol. We also offer this virtually with kids at home, as long as their parents are home. And then we have our own protocol that we use if there is a crisis. Generally, there is not a crisis. But what we do then is we do that referral process. If a student is showing some indicators of concern or impairment or both, then our licensed clinician, she contacts the parents. She does that work. We do not ask the school staff to do that work. We're there to do that work. We do refer to the embedded therapist first that's in the school. If a parent requests that we don't, then we work with the parents and what insurance or not insurance they have, and we find somebody who has an opening, who's willing to take this youth and get them into services. Then I do follow-ups with the parents at 2 weeks, 1 month, and 3 months. It's me checking in with them to say, hey, how is it going? Are you facing any barriers? What can we do if you are facing barriers to get you through getting your child to the appropriate services? And so that's what the screening process is all about. We stay with the families for a minimum of 3 months, but if they need us longer, then they need us longer. Again, all of this is free. And we have just found over the years that it benefits everybody. It's a win-win. And the students are given permission to decline the screening. And I know there's a lot of people that say, because parents and guardians have to consent if they're 11 to 17. So the parent consents, and Chelsea sits down. She's one of our youth mental health specialists. She sits down with the student. They go through the assent form, and the student says, I don't want to do this. She says, that's okay. You don't have to. We notify the parents and let them know, but we also tell the student and the parents, if at any point this youth changes their mind, just let us know and we will get the screening completed. So we just feel like it's important that youth have a voice. Let's say we have 50 kids signed up. for a screening. At the most we've ever had is 4 or 5 students who have absolutely just refused to do it. But that's okay. It's not about us. It's not about the number of people that we screen. This is an opportunity, and if you want to take it, that's great. And if you don't, that's okay too. And so the other thing that we do offer is, I was trained a couple of summers ago by the State Department to be able to provide Talk Saves Lives and lifelines for all Oklahoma faculty, staff, and administrators. Whoever wants us to come and do that, we do that for free as well. And because of Senate Bill 21, everyone's required to have suicide prevention training, and there are only a select few trainings that have been approved. And so we do those in person. We travel. I've been all over the state. We are statewide. We are not limited to the Tulsa area or just the Oklahoma City area. And, you know, we just want to be a great resource for all youth and families. We really enjoy being able to go into the schools and do the trainings, the presentations, and the screenings. I think I had my own, I didn't have my own granddaughter. My own granddaughter completed the screening. We were training a new clinician. And so she volunteered, and she said, you know, when I was done, Mimi, I didn't really even realize what I was feeling until I answered those questions. And she said, it just made me really think about how I was feeling about the pandemic and not being able to see my friends as often. And I was struggling in school because I learned better in person than I do virtually. And so just knowing that it's not about, we don't assess anyone and we don't diagnose and we don't use diagnostic language. That's not what we do. It's just a prevention check-in. And if a parent or a youth, let's say a youth takes the screening and they don't have any concerns indicated, if they still feel like they need to talk to someone, we say that's fine. And then we work with the family to get them connected to resources. And so the Lifeline Suicide Prevention Training for faculty, staff, and administrators, it's my favorite just because it was specifically designed for schools. Talk Saves Lives is a great suicide prevention training, but it's more generally focused on communities at large, where Lifelines is specific to schools. And so, again, all of this stuff that we offer is free. We are as flexible as we can be. I prefer in person because I'm a talker and I'm very social, but we also do those virtually. So, you know, we just want to be a great resource for you guys and anybody else who's interested in any of the services that we offer. And don't ever hesitate to send me an email or give me a call, because I'm going to do my best to provide what services that you need and want. And I really just want to benefit youth and families and benefit you guys. If we're all on the same page for mental wellness, then our journey just becomes a little easier. And so I don't know in depth about Empowered Voices and Family Voice, but I do know that those two offerings at Mental Health Association are wonderful. You know, we have Empowered Voices of youth who have had lived experiences, and they have events. They also create different things. A couple of years ago, they created a help t-shirt, and it kind of had the numbers on the back of the t-shirt for if you're, you know, having a bad time, these are the things that you need to do. They are now a national chapter unit, which is really great. Also, Family Voice is about families who have lived experiences, and they get to advocate and teach other families how to advocate for themselves and others. And they're both really, really, really wonderful programs. And Mental Health Association offers a variety of things from youth housing to family housing. We help homeless. We have advocacy and policymakers. We also have an assistance center. So if you are struggling with the journey for mental health help, you can call the assistance center at 918-585-1213, or you can just send an email to the link that's provided in this screen. And whoever answers the phone is going to be able to help find whatever it is you're looking for on that mental health journey. And so does anybody have any questions? Should I say that, Christy? I know I talk really fast and sometimes I just go through things.
No, Dr. Delk, you've been lovely. And I just want to call out that each of the resources that Dr. Delk has referenced in this presentation are embedded within your slide deck. So for example, when you go to the slide deck that you received for today, on slide 19, there is an entire MHAOK suicide prevention resource tour, which is the other slide deck that I was scrolling through just so you could see, because this can be shared directly with stakeholders. It can be shared with staff, families. It's public facing. So all of this information is built to be copied and shared and is easily digestible. So if there's information that you need further clarification about, you can reach out to them directly to Dr. Delk or to one of the mental health team members. But even, for example, the screening that she referenced, there's a frequently asked question link that is linked into the overview for mental health screenings, and it actually allows you to see the questions that parents might have. It includes a letter to parents, it includes things. So hopefully everything that she addressed today, you'll find those supports, but this would be a time at the end of our session, if you have specific questions for her, that we can address those at that time. Dr. Delk, are there any other resources from MHAOK that you'd like me to highlight or slides that I need to queue up for you?
I think that's all, except for maybe Jocelyn Baeza. She's over Platicus, which is conversations, and it's specifically for our Latinx community members. And it's really fascinating. They have virtual meetings, I believe, twice a month. But it's a really great program, and they have different guest speakers, professional speakers. And it's all done through Zoom, and it's a great program. It really is. And so also the screenings, those are done in Spanish and in English, just in case you have that question. And I think that's all I have. You know, when we get off here at 3 o'clock today, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, why didn't I say that? But you can always email me if you have any questions, because even if it's not about what I do, I can find out for you and get you connected to the right person.
Absolutely. And you can also provide that information to us, Cheryl, for Platicus, because this is a live link. So we can go ahead and include that in the suicide prevention resource tour and as the MHAOK resource tour. In addition to that, you reference the sessions being facilitated in both Spanish and English. Please understand that the actual consents for families are already in Spanish and English, and we have those electronically and on paper. So those are very user-friendly. So if you're having difficulty accessing any of these links or resources that we've included for you today, because I do understand this is a lot of information, but do know that you can reach, again, Dr. Delk directly or one of the mental health team members. So Cheryl, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time. And just thank you for everything that you do at MHAOK, the entire organization, and how you continue to support wellness in our state. We're so very grateful.
Well, we're grateful for you and Tulsa Public Schools and all the stakeholders. Just amazing individuals to work with. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And again, all of these resources, everything from the grade bands for students for the free SEL curriculum for sites, the feelings identification activities, the mental health wellness assessments, all of those things are actually in screenings, excuse me, are actually embedded in the slide deck. So please take a moment to look at this when you have time. Also, again, you can reach out to Cheryl directly regarding Lifeline suicide prevention training for sites. And please remember that there is a suicide prevention resource for Suicide Prevention Month in September. And again, those resources can be copied and pasted to share with stakeholders. And there's an open stakeholder letter that you can send directly to them that's already composed. All of the documents that Cheryl referenced, you'll see on slide 24. Those consents in English, Spanish, Lifeline support request form, youth check-ins, and all of the information. Cheryl, thank you again for everything. And what we'd like to do right now is take a quick moment for us to join a breakout session. So you will receive an invitation on your screen, and these are your prompts. When you get to your session, please introduce yourself. And of the many, many resources that Cheryl addressed today, just think of one of them and one way that each one of these youth connection resources could support one or more of the stakeholders in your life. So that may be someone in your own family. It may be someone that you support. It may be a neighbor down the street. It may be someone from church, but someone who is connected and could benefit from these resources. So you will receive an invitation. Please accept. You will be in session for 5 minutes and receive a 60-second call back to return to the general session. So welcome back, everyone. We're so very grateful for your participation in the breakout sessions. And again, if you will just please take a quick look at the slide that's on the screen at this moment. And that references all, like each one of these links will take you to information, frequently asked questions, stakeholder facing documents to share with families, consent forms, lifeline support request form, additional mental wellness information for stakeholders in general. So please keep this handy. You will access this probably many times throughout the year. And please remember that you may reach out to Cheryl anytime or one of the mental health team members. Thank you for sharing. And please, if you can, drop some of the things that you staffed in your breakout rooms, ways you may have a great idea to share with other people about how this could be used in schools, in your families, or some other way. So go ahead and take just a quick moment and drop that in the chat. And as you are dropping that in the chat, we are going to transition to one of our other phenomenal counselor core members. I'm going to pause that. Miss Yerving, and she will be leading us through our self-care piece for today. So you can finish dropping that information in the chat and we will go ahead and pass this off to Yer. And she will lead us through a guided relaxation for self-care. So thank you all for your patience. Miss Yerving is going to lead us through guided relaxation. Time for waterfall. We're stopping and starting. So thank you. All right, here we go. So take a comfortable position in your seat. Hold your back nice and tall. Rest your hands gently, and when you're ready, close your eyes or stare off into blank. Whatever you're comfortable with. Feel the gentle pull of gravity as your body relaxes, letting go of the day and letting go of everything on your to-do list. Just relaxing into the here and now. Now lead your attention to the flow of your breath, letting the breath ease you into a gentle state of awareness. Try to stay connected to your breath, experiencing it just as it is. Now imagine that a beautiful waterfall of white light is entering the top of your head. Feel its gentle healing energy around your brain and pouring over your face. The waterfall of white light now continues to move into your chest, shoulders, and back. It moves down your arms and hands and out through your fingertips, taking with it any stress that you have held in your body. Now the white light continues to flow into your abdomen and solar plexus, your pelvis, and buttocks. Feel the light moving down into your thighs, knees, and calves. Now it enters your ankles and goes out through your toes. Again, taking with it any stress or discomfort you have stored in your body. Now you are in a continuous waterfall of white light. Every part of your being is moving.
Allow this energy to wash over you and enjoy the gentle calm. Now slowly bring yourself back to full waking. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and when you are ready, slowly open your eyes. Notice how you feel and take this calm.
I'm a teacher just like you. I teach 6th grade science, and if you're anything like me, you've wasted your plan time trying to find a video
So these waterfalls are so amazing. They want to continue. I would be fine with that in the background all day. I'm not quite for sure how productive most of it is. But I want to say thank you so much. That was absolutely lovely. And we're so very grateful for the opportunity to just sit and be in a space where we get to reflect and to experience those peaceful moments. And I hope that each and every one of you today take an opportunity to do that as you move forward throughout your day, but also through your school year. The things that are asked of you are very intensive. They require a lot of your energy, of your time, and of your heart. So please remember to take care of yourself. We care about you all very much and appreciate any contribution that you make as a stakeholder. We hope that we can continue to reach out to you and provide support as we all go on this journey of supporting students and families. So in closing today, and our last of our 3rd signature practices, we will go through an optimistic closure with our fantastic counselor core facilitator, Ms. Kendria Green.
Hello. I'm actually asleep, Kendria Green. Thank you, that was amazing. I'm sorry, my volume is acting up. Oh, so I got a question for you. Everyone can just enter the chat to answer the question. So what is your favorite part about back to school time? I know it can be stressful, but there's also some greatness that's happening out there. So what is your favorite part? I'm gonna say for me, it's being on a schedule, which I know is like the most random, stressful, but fun thing, but being on a schedule, it's something about it. When August comes and August hits, I'm so nervous, so anxious, but I know what's happening Monday through Friday. We have a schedule. This is the practices. This is the different things that have to happen. It just brings a different level of excitement. I see all the excitement about school starting, the next step into the school journey, kids going to school, not eat every minute of the day. Please stay out of my refrigerator. A sense of renewal. I like it. What else we have? Reconnecting with peers, meeting all the new kids. Yes, the new cap. There are so many nice planners out. Planners is a whole business. New beginnings, learning new things, the hustle and bustle in the building. I love the little feet in the building. It brings something to me every time. Thank you guys so much for participating in my question and our closing today. I'm going to turn it back over to Christy.
So thank you, Ms. Green. I appreciate your time and everyone being present today. Hopefully you will walk away today with some reflections as to what resources are available to you, to stakeholders that may be in your path, and that you will be able to reach out if and when you need support as we all move forward to support this back to school time and this beautiful new year that we've just started. So thank you again for your time. We hope to see you next time. There will be an optional question and answer session for anyone who would like to stay. Thank you so much, and we'll look forward to seeing you next month.